stay out there until halfway.
There are 4 laps to go to the halfway point, so the driver leading at that point will indeed win $10,000 from the Gillette Halfway Challenge. There's about 13 cars in this lead draft.
Ernie Irvin was 5th when he came back to the commercial. Remember, he was 5th on the board? Well, he's got caught on the inside, and now he's going back. There's Rusty Wallace.
He's in 6th. Ricky Rudd's behind him in 7th. Rusty's best Talladega finish was in July of 1988. He ran 5th.
Trying to get a draft off that slower car up there in front of him. That's Jimmy Means. He wants that 10 grand.
49.23, the seconds on that last lap for Sterling Marlin. That's about 4/10 of a second faster than
Sterling hasn't had a great year. Bill Elliott won 4 races, Davey Austin a couple, Ricky and Mark Martin. So, they've taken the bulk of the money. And I'm sure that Sterling will get 50% of that $10,000. So, $5,000 payday doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, I think I'd go for it if I could win it.
You need to drive one of these race cars, wouldn't you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, sir. You guys can do that. I'll just stay up here. We have another field summary for you. Running down the entire field as it was running last lap. 2 more laps to go for the halfway money, and Jerry Punch has another story from pit road.
Just seconds ago, Richard Childress radioed his driver, Dale Earnhardt, and said, hey, just a couple laps to halfway. Earnhardt sort of chuckled almost and came back in the radio and said, yeah, and I'm going to get a lot of help from these guys around me here, too.
He's surrounded by Fords, and he doesn't have a friend out there close to him.
He probably can't even look in the rearview mirror and find a friend. There's Kowicki and Rusty Wallace. I guess Rusty would probably be the closest thing you have to a friend that's trying to help him win $10,000.
We shouldn't say that because these guys are friends, and that was dramatically pointed out last week when Kyle Petty caught fire in the backstretch, and the first person to his rescue was a fellow driver, Jeff Bodine, who had dropped out of the race. It's every man for himself out there on the racetrack, but when you get in trouble, you have a lot of friends out there.
Let's see what Jeff Bodine can do. He's in front right now. 189 miles an hour, 187. See, that's the slowest we've seen him as the cars run side by side. See what a dramatic difference it makes when these cars run 182 miles per hour. Before, it was 192 when he was in line.
That's Jimmy Spencer that just went by him on the inside, and Dale Jarrett was following Spencer. I don't think Jarrett's been able to clear Jeff Bodine yet as they go into turn 3.
That is amazing, Benny.
182.
Yeah.
There goes Rick Master. There must be other cars on the inside. That's why the car was 10 miles an hour slower than it was earlier.
Looking back from the Morgan Shepherd car onto Mark Martin, Valvoline Ford, 8th and 9th position.
They're on the racetrack, working right behind Rudd. Mark Martin.
And the halfway point has been achieved. The halfway point has been achieved, and the leader at the halfway point is Sterling Marlin. Sterling Marlin leads at the halfway point, and he takes home $10,000 from Gillette Halfway Challenge. If you've entered the contest and are called back here in the next few minutes and you can identify the winner of the Gillette Halfway Challenge, you will win the Chevrolet Lumina Z34. Sterling Marlin is the name to tell the person that calls you if you're called here in the next few minutes. John Kernan is down with Michael Kranivas, one of the top Ford executives watching the action here today.
Well, Michael, the Ford's just wrapped up the halfway money, the right guard challenge at $10,000, looking to make it another Ford victory. You guys are really getting your homework done, aren't you?
It's been a very good season for us so far, and specifically that all of our teams are doing well. We've got so far, I think, 4 different drivers winning races, and that's great.
Now we understand the yellow flag is now out, so we'll have to cut this short, gentlemen. What's going on?
We don't know. It's nothing serious.
There might be some oil in turn 4.
It is not for an accident because all cars are okay. Could be for some debris or some oil, and Greg Sachs just went behind the wall, so it could be that his car was laying down some fluid, some oil, and they'll check it out in turn 4 and all the way around this 2.6-mile track. before we go back to green. And there is Greg, who has climbed out of his Kellogg's car. And we should be seeing some pit stops here in the next few moments. But in the meantime, we're going to take a break and return with more action from the Winston 500 at Talladega Superspeedway. NASCAR Winston Cup, Winston 500 from Talladega Superspeedway under caution at lap number 97. Coming up next here on ESPN, the final round of the Senior PGA Las Vegas Senior Classic from Desert Inn Country Club. That's coming up right after our coverage of this event. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, you'll be able to see the recap of this event, Checkered Flag, tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. I mentioned earlier that Charlie Glotzbach was the winner of the ARCA race, the Poulon ARCA race that was held here yesterday, and the Poulon Weed Eater Independence Bowl is coming up on ESPN this year, so we appreciate their support of auto racing and of football, and for all the other sports that are on ESPN.
It's Poland.
You know,
Like the country.
yeah, but their advertisement says, regardless of whether you say it's Poland or Pouland, we don't care as long as we sell our product.
I understand.
The weed eaters and so forth.
I understand. I know that. I just wanted to correct you.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Well, fellas, all the drivers on the lead lap have made a pit stop. Many of them just made stop and go for gas, while some took on tires. Here are those cars coming into the pits that are at least one lap down.
I know Earnhardt just took gas. Looked to me like that because didn't have back the car. They put any tires at all on the car. Jerry Punch, what they do? They just gas only on Earnhardt?
Exactly, gas only on Earnhardt and the car number 11 of Bill Elliott. But I will mention Earnhardt, Richard Childress wanted to put 2 right side tires. The crew wanted to go ahead and take time under the caution to put 2 right side tires. Earnhardt is the one who made the ultimate call. He said no. He said, I can't afford to lose one spot on the racetrack. It's so tough to pass out there. I can't afford to lose any time. So no tires, gas only, and they were gone.
Dale Earnhardt has pulled ahead of the pace car. What's going on?
Playing with Elmo. He loves to play with Elmo. Sometimes you get behind him and bump him and do all kind of things. Elmo, he just sits there and takes it in stride. And now that Earnhardt's got back in line, Elmo gave him the okay sign.
You know what? Earnhardt thought maybe he had something wrong. He wanted to check on a flat tire or something. He asked Elmo to check on a flat tire or something. So they said Elmo gave him. Well, signaling to someone there.
Yeah. He's telling him to stay back there this time.
He rolled that window up because he certainly didn't want his air conditioning to be going out the window. Did you, Elmo, buddy?
We are under caution because of some oil down in turn number 4 that the track crew is cleaning up right now. There's the top 5. Earnhardt, Elliott, Marlin, Martin, and Davey Allison. And there's the 6 through 10. We'll be right back. Getting set for a restart at Talladega, Alabama, the Winston 500 under our second caution of the afternoon because of some oil on the racetrack. Look at this crowd, and it is a sun-baked, nice, hot, warm afternoon here in Alabama with the skies partly cloudy right now, and they're still looking good. No chance of rain, I don't think, before the race ends. See anybody you know there, Benny?
You know, last week at Martinsville, Earnhardt was leading the race, Ernie Irvin leading the race, Alan Kawicki, and all these fellas had axle problems. What they were doing was eating the spline up in the drive plate that drives the car in the rear. I hope you saw Speed Week last night. I stopped by Alan Kawicki's shop this week and tried to show what the drive plate was. At Martinsville, some of these cars had like 2.5 degrees negative camber in the rear. Here at Talladega, about 1.5 degrees would be the most they run. It is a radial tire. They are running the camber rear, but about 1.5 degrees, and they don't feel like that would be a problem injuring eating the spline up in the drive plate here at Talladega.
The NASCAR has come out with a new rule that will be effective beginning for the Winston, the maximum 1.8. And that's for the rest of the season as the green flag comes out and we are back to racing. Dale Earnhardt takes off with Bill Elliott right behind him, and here comes Sterling Marlin.
Schrader's a lap down. He tried to move up behind that group and draft along with them, but his car is just not good enough today to hang in that group. Mark tried to go by and couldn't make it.
Kyle Petty was off to a little bit of a slow start back there, made a little bit of a gap after the first 6 or 7 cars, but now they're beginning to catch up.
Schrader is 25th, a lap down. It's Earnhardt, Elliott, and Marlin up front.
Before car is still in the lead lap.